Hey everyone, and welcome to our channel Goela School of Finance. So we train people on how to make money through stock markets so that they can spend their time on the things they love rather than a 9 to 5 job which they completely hate. If you want to be a part of our mission, hit the subscribe button below. So today we will be talking about a very important topic, which if you are a trader in stock markets or maybe you're trying to create an income through stock markets, then you have to know this. We will be talking about short selling. Now, the question which I'm always asked is that how can we sell something which we don't have? I will be talking about this and I'll be answering this question. And just one thing to keep in mind that I will be taking the practical standpoint. So, all the things which I'm going to tell you is a very practical thing which you and me can achieve right now, right after this video itself. And I am going to talk about the Indian standpoint. So, what is the scenario in India? उस perspective में we will be looking at this video. So now let's start off. So for example, there is person A and he thinks that Reliance should go up in the next 1 month. Let's assume next 1 month. So the price of Reliance as of now is 1200 and he is saying that this price can go up to 1300 next month. So how will he capitalize on his predictions? He will simply buy shares of Reliance. Shares Reliance Plus. Let's say he buys about 10 shares into 1200. So what is the cost for him? So let's say this is CF means cash flow. So 10 shares into 1200 is equal to 12,000 rupees minus, because he has to pay. He bought 10 shares, for that he has to pay 12,000 rupees. And after a month, this price of 1300 actually does hit in the market and he sells 10 shares into 1300 and the amount he gets back is 13,000. And this is plus, why? Because now I am getting back my money. So this is a regular situation of a person who's saying that market should go up in the next 1 month. Now, stock markets is a great tool to make money and it gives you an opportunity to make money when the market is going up and even make money when the market is going down. So, let's say person B. If he thinks that Reliance should go down in the next 1 month, from 1200 it should go down to 1300. From 1200 it should go down to 1100. And he wants to capitalize on this. So what he will do is he will go for short selling. So he will sell shares, 10 shares are Reliance, and the price which he sells it at, this is cash flow, is 1200. So this will be 12,000 plus. Why? Because he's selling it. I know यहाँ पे थोड़ा confusing लग रहा होगा आपको. I will clear that point in a minute or so. So with 12,000 rupees he got. Later, after 1 month, 10 shares of Reliance he will buy back at 1100 rupees. So what is the amount he has to pay here? 11,000. What is the amount he's left with? This is 1,000. So the amount he's left with is 1,000 rupees. So this process is simply called shorting. You're selling something first, then buying. Now, there are two perspectives to it. First is intraday perspective. We have to look at, if you want to sell right now or if you want to short sell right now, what is the time frame you're looking at to short sell? If you want to short sell for intraday, by the way, when I say intraday, it means that you want to sell today and buy today itself. So how to do it? So let's talk about intraday first. So NSE and BSE both close their ledger or close their books at the end of the day, which means that NSE and BSE don't care if you buy first, sell first, whatever, they don't care. They only look at your net transactions, net trades. Now I'll tell you about the net trades. What do I mean by net trades? So let's say you had bought ITC at rupees, which is trading at rupees 300, and you bought 10 shares of it. So what is the cost? This is cash flow, by the way. The cost for you is minus 3000. So if you do this one trade throughout the day, at the end of the day, NSE will close its ledger. So it will see that person B, let's assume person B, bought 10 shares of ITC. So 10 shares of ITC will be given to person B's demat account, and 3000 rupees will be taken from the person's demat account. Let's say this is person B. So 3000 rupees will be taken from the demat account and 10 shares will be given. Now, if he buys HDFC at the rate 2000 rupees and he buys, let's say, 100 shares, the cash flow or the price he has to pay is this is plus 2000, and the amount he has to pay is 2 lakhs, right? So he has to pay 2 lakhs rupees. Now at the end, let's assume this was 11 a.m. Now at 1 p.m. he sells HDFC at, let's assume, 2100, and he sells 100 shares. So the amount he will get is 2,10,000. So again, NSE will only look at the net trades. What are the net trades? He bought 100 shares, sold 100 shares. So absolutely zero, no trades. And the second one is that he made a profit of rupees 10,000. So person B will be given, or his demat account, his trading account will be credited by 10,000 rupees, but there is no exchange of any shares. So this is a general way what net trade means. Now what we can do is, for short selling, we can, let's assume, HDFC. I am selling HDFC at 9:30 a.m. at the rate 2000 rupees, and I am selling 10 shares. So the cash flow is plus 20,000, right? Because I am selling 10 shares, so I will be getting 20,000 rupees. And at around 2 p.m. I buy HDFC at, let's assume, 1900. So the amount I will have to pay is, why? Because I have bought 10 shares of HDFC at 1900, so I'll have to pay 19,000 here. So again, NSE will see the net trade. Net trade is what? He sold 10 shares, he bought 10 shares. Again, zero. The amount he's left with is 20,000 minus 19,000 is 1,000. So person B will be credited 1,000 rupees. So this is how we trade, or maybe how we short sell in intraday. And this is very simple. What you simply have to do is, you have to go to your broker account. जैसे हम buy करते हैं, जैसे F1 दबा के, or maybe any broker account you must be having. तो buy के अलावा sell first, then buy later. Almost every broker gives this facility, तो उसमें सारी problem कुछ नहीं आएगी. You just have to go ahead with the trade. So now let's look at what happens if you want to sell it for more than one day. And for more than one day, we usually call it delivery. So, for example, if you sell HDFC at the rate 2000 and the number of shares are 10, the cash flow is plus 20,000. Why? Because you have sold, so you sell the commodity, you get back the money. So 20,000, and the market closes. NSE will close the books and it will see that you have sold HDFC 10 shares. And for this, you should get about 20,000 rupees. So person B, let's take that example itself. Person B will be given 20,000 rupees, and then NSE will ask for 10 shares of HDFC. Then when NSE realizes that this person doesn't have shares HDFC, NSE will heavily penalize this person B, and the penalty goes from about 5% to 10%. So this is of course a very, very, very big penalty, especially if we are looking at intraday. Intraday, even if you lose 1 or 2%, that is also huge. So 5 to 10% is a very, very, very big amount. So make sure you never ever do this mistake. Never sell the shares which you don't have for more than 1 day. So the question comes up to be that if you want to sell a share or maybe short sell for more than 1 day, what are the options? So first I will go through it theoretically. So if a person B wants to, let's say, sell TCS, Tata Consultancy Services, which is trading at 2500, and he's assuming that this price, this TCS would go down to about 2000 rupees in a month. Let's say in a month. So TCS should go down to 2000 rupees in a month and he wants to capitalize on this. How will he do this? So what he has to do is, first he has to find a person, let's say person X, who is holding TCS. He has to borrow these shares from person X and then sell these shares in the market, NSE or exchange. Throughout the period for 1 month, which he of course sold the shares to someone else, person B will have to pay interest throughout. Because of course, if person X is lending his shares, he also wants something in return. So the thing which he will get in return is interest. So interest goes from maybe 8%, 10%, 15%. It can be absolutely anything depending on the market conditions and depending on the demand and supply and many other factors. So basically, इसमें क्या करना है? We have to borrow a share from person X. B sells it to NSE. After 1 month, he gets it back at cheaper rate. So he sold it at 2500. He got it back at 2000. So minus 2500 plus 2500 because he got 2500 minus 2000 because he bought it back. So minus and plus cash flow wala thing. And then he gives all the shares to person X. And in return, let's assume he's paid 100 rupees of interest. I'm taking a very random figure, 100 rupees of interest. So net for the person B, he got a 500 rupee profit in this trade and he gave 100 rupees as interest to person X. So the amount he's left with is rupees 400 and this is person B's profit. So this full thing is a theoretically thing how this should be done exactly. Now, for this, to borrow a share from a person is something called SLB. This is more like an exchange and only few brokers in India support this. So this is securities, lending and borrowing exchange. And honestly, from the practical standpoint, it is non-existent in India. So if you want to do this process, it is not at all possible. So in short, all this thing which I am telling you about, which I have told you about, is not possible in India and especially not possible for us retail investors. So if you want to sell a share for more than 1 day, we have to go to the future market. So future market mein, I will sell a contract of TCS. The minimum amount I need is 2 lakhs for this. So I'll summarize the full thing. If you want to short, you can do it in intraday without any problems. But more than 1 day, you cannot short in equities. If you want to short for more than 1 day, you have to go to the future market. And for that, you need at least 2 lakh rupees in your pocket. So in this video, I went into the small details because I believe that these small details are the main problem. This foundation is the main problem. And if this is clear, everything is very easy. And this is the style of our teaching in our course too. So our course will take care of the ABCs of investing and will provide you all the tools and all the knowledge you need to start investing right now. Plus the best part is that this course is freely available at our website. If you want to check it out, you will see the link in the description below. I hope you like the video. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you dislike the video, hit the dislike button. And just tell us about more topics, more common problems you have in stock markets. Comment it down below and we will make sure to make a video of that.